And this is the cold, hard truth when it comes to investing in your business. Investing alone isn't going to get you what you want. You have to internalize and apply what you learn from that investment every single day. And that's the most challenging part for a lot of people. If they don't see the results on their timeline, they stop taking action, they stop trusting the process, and they stop trusting themselves. Welcome to the Unleash Your Ambition podcast. I'm your host, Stacie Walker, and the founder of Unleash Your Ambition. This is the #1 podcast designed to help driven entrepreneurs raise their standards, unleash their brilliance, and elevate their lives. It's time to say yes to yourself, speak your truth, be empowered, and build an amazing business and incredible lifestyle. And do it in a way that's aligned with your mission, your vision, and personality. Now, let's dive into today's episode. Hello, ambitious one, and welcome to the Unleash Your Ambition podcast. Just in case this is your first time joining me, my name is Stacie Walker. Hello. I'm so excited you're hanging out with me for a little while. So I have 2 questions for you. The first is, are you making some money through your business, but it's not the amount you envision because you want to earn a lot more? The second question I have for you is, are you resistant to parting with more money to invest in coaching, another team member, a course, something that's going to help grow your business or your personal growth because things don't seem to be working out according to your timeline? If you answered yes to one or both of the questions I asked, then this episode is for you. Now, if you answered no, I still think you could take so much away from today's episode. Okay, so I receive a lot of messages from the Unleash Your Ambition community, and I'm starting to share these messages publicly. Now, of course, I keep the people anonymous. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I know that a lot of people within the Unleash Your Ambition community are having similar thoughts about certain things. And this one in particular, I wanted to share with you today because I had so many thoughts around this. And what I'm about to share with you, it's 2 sentences out of an entire dialogue. So I'm not going to give you the details about the whole conversation that me and this person had. I just really want to hone in on 2 sentences that I believe that so many people can identify or resonate with. And it has to do with money. Here's the message. I want to make more than petty cash from this coaching biz. I don't want to spend more money. I'm constantly taking courses and I'm in the same boat and not getting financial results. After receiving that message, I felt the nudge. I mean, it was a strong nudge to create a podcast episode because I know a lot of people share similar thoughts about this very thing, maybe even you. I know I certainly had similar thoughts during the early years of my business journey until I shifted my perspective. And if you do have these thoughts, then this episode will be an eye-opener and a great lesson for you. After listening to today's episode, I would love to hear from you. You can text me at 720-759-2349 to say hi, ask a question, leave feedback about today's episode, or request a topic for a future episode. Again, that number is 720-759-2349. All right, grab your pen, your paper, and your favorite drink and get the most out of this episode. Okay, let's break this down. So this person said that they want to make more than petty cash from their coaching biz. I don't know this person's definition of petty cash. That could be $1,000 per month, $5,000 per month. That could be $100 per month. I'm not too sure, but what I do know is that they are making some money, but it's not the amount they envisioned earning through their coaching business. And I can definitely relate to what this person is experiencing. This is why it was running rent-free in my head for a while, and I wanted to talk more about this and share it on the podcast. So I remember being at this very place during the the early years of my business, circa 2008. And back then, my monthly income goal for my business was $2,000 per month. And that was to survive. That was like to take care of my living expenses because I wasn't able to work my traditional career at that time, which is why I started my business in the first place, because I was in a desperate situation. I was on bed rest for almost a year and I could not work a traditional job. When I wasn't earning that amount in my business, I remember feeling so frustrated and also puzzled because I was taking action. I mean, I was committed, but the money made did not reflect $2,000 per month. And what helped me reach my goal was by acquiring the knowledge where my skills were lacking. That was in my mind. And that was also with running a business. I had no prior skills with running a business, let alone know anything about marketing and sales and client fulfillment and all of those things that come with running a business. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, every time I've hit a monetary ceiling in my business, this is the place that I usually revisit. That's when I realize I need to acquire the knowledge where my skills are lacking. Remember that. It really doesn't matter what monetary goal you're hitting. There's going to be a ceiling that you're most likely going to hit, and you're going to reach this place. It's going to happen over and over again, which leads to what this person said next. This person said that they don't want to spend more money because they're constantly taking courses. They're obviously investing in their business, but they've been in the same boat and they're not getting the financial results that they want. And I can definitely relate to this too, because I remember being totally resistant to parting with more money because things didn't seem to be working out according to my timeline. And I'm pretty sure that some of you listening are experiencing this very thing right now, which is why this episode is gold. I really want to set the record straight about this and shift your perspective around you actually spending more money to fund your business, even if you're not getting the financial results. Here's the thing. And I've shared this many times before, is that I spent the first 5 years of my business. I resisted that I needed help, which meant that I was still trying to do things on my own and I was not going anywhere fast and not making enough money to sustain my business. And my version of an incredible life was an obvious sign that I needed help. I knew I needed help, but I was scared. I was scared of the unknown. I was scared that I wasn't good enough. I was even scared that I wasn't smart enough. And I think I'm a pretty intelligent person, but when it came to building a successful business, I had some wishy-washy feelings around that. In order to finally create the business results and actually design my version of an incredible life, I knew I had to change. Changing yourself can be so hard because there's a lot of attachment to the identity, how you see yourself, and letting that go. It can be scary for some people. I know it's pretty normal. When you are up leveling, who you know you need to change who you are, but you don't want to let go of the person that you've been. And that's what I was experiencing around that time. I knew I had to embody the version of myself that was already living her version of an incredible life and growing her version of incredible business. I needed to embody that right then and there in order for me to get the results that I wanted in my life and my business. And I knew this, okay? I knew this, but I was so darn committed to my fears and self-imposed limitations. Basically, I was standing in my own way. And I just wouldn't let it go, which is why it took me so dang long. I look back and I'm like, wow, I can't believe it took me 5 years. When you're in it, you just don't see all of that. It wasn't until I realized something. Once this clicked in my head, I was like, oh, okay. I learned that there wasn't just one thing that would help me get the results that I wanted. There is never just one thing that's going to help you get the results that you want to achieve in your business or even in your life. I learned that there were going to be a lot of things that would help me along the way to help me reach my goal. And after coming to terms with that realization, something shifted in my way of thinking. That's when I stopped resisting and I started trusting. I trusted myself that I would figure it out with the support from others, because obviously I didn't have the knowledge or the skill set or the experience to get the results that I wanted, because if I did, I would have been creating the results. Looking back, the shift in my thinking happened because I became aware of something so profound and so freeing. I'm certain that this shift wouldn't have happened if I didn't put myself in the proximity of people who were producing the results that I wanted. And as soon as I realized that, I stopped looking for that magic pill or that one thing that would solve it all, because I realized that just did not exist. And I knew if I wasn't getting results, then I lacked the skills and the mindset. So I made the commitment to myself that no matter what, I'm going to be successful. And when I made that commitment and actually trusted myself, that's when success started to show up for me. My confidence skyrocketed. My business skyrocketed. I started earning more money. I bulldozed through my fears of the unknown. Not to say that I don't get fearful today. Of course I do. I just handle it differently than what I did back then. And it was uncomfortable, but it was so well worth it. And it continues to be uncomfortable and well worth it. Like, it never ends. I knew that I was investing in my future, in the future of my family. And I also knew no matter how much I invested, I would keep going. So my vision for my life and what's possible for me personally is always expanding. So I came to terms that I would be investing in myself and in my business for the rest of my life. And I'm sharing this with you because sometimes we have to come to that realization to not be so resistant to investing in help to get the results that we want. And this can be in any area. I'm not even just talking about business, but I see this come up quite a bit. My clients that I work with, some of them have resistance, but it's like, you have to have a shift in your mindset to be like, you know what, no matter what, I'm going to invest for the rest of my life. It's the best investment that I can make. So I don't entertain the thought, what if this investment doesn't work? I don't entertain that. Oh, and here's another thing. Like, if I don't receive a monetary return from that investment within my projected timeline, I always trust that the money and the opportunities will follow. And I'm also grateful for the people who have paved the way before me so I can make my dreams come true. So think about the people who have the knowledge and the skills and the experience to help you make your dreams come true. I have a great story to share with you. I remember buying a book 12 years ago. And I know if it wasn't for that book, I'm certain my life would look very different. A life where I was still ignorant to the truth of my potential. When I read the book again, and I read it recently, everything that I read actually made sense. Everything clicked. Didn't make sense 12 years ago, but it made sense when I read it recently. And you know what happened like during the years in between reading that book a second time around? I acquired the knowledge and the understanding needed to finally get a return on investing in that one book. It took me 12 years to get a return on that one book because there were some things I needed to learn along the way in order to actually have that understanding. That one book has helped me earn thousands of dollars, and I think I paid $8 for that book 12 years ago. And I know it's going to continue to help me earn thousands more. The investing doesn't end. And the person I am now is because of all of the investments that I've made so far. And I'm talking about the money, I'm talking about the time, and the dedicated work in my personal growth and the growth of my business. Final thoughts. And this is like the cold hard truth when it comes to investing in your business. Investing alone isn't going to get you what you want. You have to internalize and apply what you learn from that investment every single day. And that's the most challenging part for a lot of people. If they don't see the results on their timeline, they stop taking action, they stop trusting the process, and they stop trusting themselves. Or worse, they stop trusting what's possible for them and stop investing in their future and the future of their loved ones. Your best investment is you. It not only benefits you, it benefits your loved ones, and it benefits the world. And yeah, that sounds corny, but it's true. Today's episode of the Unleash Your Ambition podcast is brought to you by the 6-Figure Foundation Workshop. Imagine being able to transform the way you grow your coaching or consulting business without sacrificing your health, your sanity, or quality time with your loved ones. You can share your work in a way that feels good and is aligned with your mission, vision, and personality. And when you infuse this with a streamlined marketing and sales process that can do most of the heavy lifting, that's when consistent cash flow months become the new normal. If that's what you want to experience but don't know where to start, then the 6-Figure Foundation Workshop is the most authentic path to getting the results you want. Inside the 6-Figure Foundation Workshop, we'll work together for 4 weeks to create an effective marketing and sales process to enroll the best fit clients or customers into your offer. And if you don't have a compelling offer that sells, then I can help you with that too. For more details about the 6-Figure Foundation Workshop, go to unleashyourambition.com/workshop. Again, that is unleashyourambition.com/workshop.